All right. Okay. So, what I would love to know first is why you started Pampered Chef and what you hope to get from this business.
Well, I I don't know. I enjoyed the party on Facebook,
Uh huh.
and it seemed like fun. And I used to attend a long time ago Pamper Chef parties way back,
Uh
and I
huh.
still have my stuff.
Yep. You still have the
So,
product. Still love it.
yeah. And it looked easy, but I was, just a guest on there
Uh
on
huh.
Facebook.
Yep.
Now it's like, what in the world? But yeah, I'd like to make some extra money. I have bills to pay. Um,
How much money would be how much money would be helpful for you? Do you have a kind of amount in mind that if you could make a certain amount of money, this is what would be helpful for our family?
I'm gonna throw this out there, but yeah, if I could make $1,000, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's absolutely doable. We have a lot of people on our team that make more than $1,000. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So you know a little bit about where I came from and why I started Pampered Chef. But I started 5 years ago, and I started Pampered Chef, back when they just had cooking shows too. Cooking shows, catalog parties, that's kind of what I started out doing. But I started because I was a teacher for 7 years, and I taught kindergarten and first grade. And
Uh-oh.
but I still have my early childhood degree, but I also have three kids of my own. So I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old right now. And so when my middle child was born, I decided instead of putting both of my kids in daycare and eating up half of my teacher's salary, that I wanted to do something part-time. I didn't know what to do because all I'd ever done was teach. So it's kind of like you. I went to a Pampered Chef party, and I had a lot of the Pampered Chef products. I knew I loved the products and kind of what they stood for as far as getting families back to the dinner table, making cooking easier for people. And so when the consultant at the party said, you really should do this, you know more about Pampered, these products than I do, then I was like, okay, well, maybe this is kind of what I was looking for, to help me with that. So I stopped teaching, and I started Pampered Chef when my daughter was 3 months old, and now she's 5. And so it has been an amazing journey. And when I set out, my very first month, I was like, if I could just earn an extra $500, that would be great. Well, I did that my very first month, and so then I was kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? Because I've already reached my first goal, so and that's kind of where I started. And now our team has just absolutely exploded, and it's amazing the growth that we've had and what you can get from this business now. The different types of shows, you can still do the catalog show where you give it to a friend and say, friend or family member, and say, hey, will you take this to your work, pass it around, collect some orders. They give the orders back to you. You enter them. Boom, you're done. So catalog shows are easy peasy too. The virtual party, which you were added to, we've really gotten to a system, kind of how those run and how to make those work, which are great for people that don't necessarily want to do a cooking show, but like the idea of getting some free and half price stuff. And so but also the cooking shows, we have lots of fun themes, the wine, cheese, and chocolate tasting, Mexican margarita parties, a lot of things that you mentioned, hey, let's get some of the girls together, and have a wine, cheese, and chocolate tasting. Well, that just sounds like fun to a lot of people, so you can still definitely go that route as well. But I'd love to hear a little bit more about you and just kind of your family and your life and stuff, because I always like to get to know people just a little bit.
Well, I was a certified pharmacy technician for a very long time. Um, there was a gas water heater explosion. Caused me a lot of health problems.
Wow, like at your house or?
No, it was at my place of work. It was
Really?
a closed door pharmacy. Yeah. So I was sick for quite a few years. I still got me like as disabled, but I helped my husband in his concrete business. I do his books and all kinds of stuff for him.
Gotcha.
My daughter, who just had a party, matter of fact, I think her party's one where I said I'd be a host.
Really?
Or a consultant. Yeah.
Consultant, yeah.
She lives like right across from me. And she has our 3 grandchildren. One is fixing to turn 5 Friday. One will be 9 in June and one will be 11 in July. So I pretty much I stay at home, do what I do on the computer. I do volunteer at the school a lot. I do go up and do that. That's fixing to end for the school year, because school will be out in next Friday. So that's pretty much what I'm doing.
That's awesome.
Probably babysitting a lot this summer, but hey, that's what grandmas do, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, we just had my husband's parents here for a week while we went to Mexico, because we just had our Pampered Chef trip that we earned, last year to Mexico. And so we were just there and got back on Sunday, and my husband's parents came and stayed the whole week with our children while we went on that trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So on top of, getting paid and, the free products and stuff you get, you also can earn trips. And in my 5 years with the Pampered Chef, I've earned 4 trips. I earned a trip to the Dominican Republic. I earned a trip to Disneyland, where I took my kids and my husband. That was paid for by Pampered Chef. My husband and I went to Atlantis, Paradise Island, last year. That was paid for. And then we just got back from Riviera Maya, and they paid for my airfare. I mean, literally the whole trip. And we just basically bought souvenirs for our kids, and that's all we had to buy the whole time we were there. So it was amazing. It was an amazing, amazing trip. And so I just do what I do. I just do my 8 shows a month, and I'm able to earn trips. So if that's ever something that you're interested in too, I mean, it is very, very doable, and they make it where, you can earn a trip if you would like to. So, but with your business starting out, wanting to earn, an extra $1,000, which is very doable.
And I went high because I was going to say 500.
Well, you can go high, because honestly, I mean, I went at $500 and now I'm making over 6,000. You know what I mean? So you can shoot high and you can reach, the goals that you want to. I always think it's good to go high, and because then you know where you really want to be. So, right. I think that is, it's definitely doable. So, with the people that, so when you signed up as a new consultant, okay, you are going to get, in your 90 days, you're going to get some rewards. Okay. So do you know yet what your 30-day and your 90-day are? Did you get those in an email or?
Well, I have a book here. Are you talking about like what I'm supposed to do?
No, just your 30-day mark and your 90-day mark for when you started the business.
No.
Okay. I will show you that in just a minute, so you know where to look at that stuff at. But basically in your 90 days, they give you 90 days as new consultants to get these new consultant rewards. Okay. So you're going to have a 30-day mark and you're going to have a 90-day mark. That 30-day mark, I want you to write down, and your 90-day mark. And I want you to post it, where you can see it every day. Oh, she has it. She says her 30-day is June 19th. And okay. Yeah. Christy got it for you. So your 30 days, June 19th. Your 90-day is August 16th.
One day after my birthday.
Oh, there you go. So your goal is, to hit your stuff by your birthday then.
All right.
Okay. So those 2 dates are going to be really important. Okay. So with your 30-day and 90-day, This month's bonus, did you see that Cool and Serve tray with the different attachments? Okay, that's going to be your bonus. So your 30-day mark being in June 19th, if you can hit your $12.50 in sales by your 30-day mark, they send all of that Cool and Serve tray to you. The case, the extra parts, the freezing inserts, all of it. And that thing is amazing, especially in the summer, because I will take the white freezing inserts, I'll keep them in my freezer. So that way when I need to take a veggie tray or deviled eggs or sandwiches or whatever I want to take on there, I just pull the freezing inserts out, stick them on the bottom, and then put whatever trays I want and close it up. And then you have a bag too that you can carry it anywhere. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So that's just an extra added bonus that they give to you when you hit your 30-day mark, your $12.50 in your 30 days. Okay. So that's going to be your goal number one. Okay. It's $12.50 in your 30 days. Now, and don't let $12.50 scare you, because I remember when I very first started out, I didn't know. I thought $12.50 in sales, man, that sounds like a lot. You know, how am I ever going to do that kind of thing? It is, she just put in there, it's easier than you think to reach. So I had my own personal show at my house, and I invited, you know, all my friends and family and stuff. And that show alone was $800. And then I had my sister-in-law do a catalog show and my mom do a catalog show for me. They just passed around catalogs, and that happened in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I hit my $12.50. So,
Wow.
yes. Yeah, you can. So it is very doable. It sounds like a big number, but when you have an $800 party, think about how close really that is. Okay. So, so every time you hit $12.50 in your 90-day mark, okay, they're also going to give you 100 PC bucks. And so think about those 100 PC bucks. Those are kind of like, it's kind of like a gift card for you. So when you go to buy catalogs or products or anything like that, it's going to pop up and say, would you have this many PC bucks available? Would you like to use that for your purchase? Okay, and you can just say, yes, I want to use this much of it. So every time you hit $12.50 90 days, another 100 is added to that little PC bank account for you. Okay, and so you can use those, you know, anytime that you're needing something new. And so it's very, very beneficial. I remember in my first 90 days, I think I got like $800 in PC bucks, just between my parties and different stuff. So, so it's a very good thing to get all your PC bucks. But also in your fourth month, so since your date is in August, so it's probably going to be in September is going to be your fourth month in the business. Okay, so in September, you can go on and you can do what's called a kit enhancement, where it's just a one-time where you can log in and you can go on and you can basically go on a shopping spree, and anything that you want up to $500, you get 40% off of. Okay, so if you kind of had some of these products, you're like, man, I really would like that someday. That's a perfect time to save up some of these PC bucks. Like I saved up 300 of my PC bucks, and then I just went in and bought all those little extra things that I wanted, because you get the 40% off, plus you can use your PC bucks to pay for them. So it's just a really kind of good deal. But you can also save them up, you know, kind of as you're going. And if you're like, I really need these few items or whatever, then you can use your PC bucks as you go. And I like that Pampered Chef does that, because they're not just making you spend a lot of your money from the very beginning. You know, you've got your kit, you've got kind of what you need, and then as you earn these PC bucks, you're able to use those to pay for stuff. So you're not, because I know with a lot of other direct sales companies, you feel like all you're doing is just buying and buying and buying, and then you never really start making money. Well, with Pampered Chef, you really can make money from the very beginning. Okay, and so that's a really great bonus that Pampered Chef does. Now, you'll start out making 20% commission, and it goes up depending on how much you sell in a month. Okay, so you can reach more commission in a month just depending on what your sales are. And so you get paid on the 7th and on the 21st of every month. And if you, have you signed up for your direct deposit yet?
No, I haven't did that yet.
Okay. When I send or have Christy send the videos to you, on there's a video on how to set that up. Okay. So it'll show you just some of those first things as a new consultant that you're like, okay, how do I do this? I just kind of put some how-to videos together that you can go through and you can kind of do some of this stuff. Just as a good starting place for you. So we'll get that to you so you can set up. But the direct deposit, if you have your direct deposit set up, it will go in those 2 days. If you don't have your direct deposit set up, then they only pay you once a month and then they mail you the check. And so it takes longer to get, and you only get paid once a month instead of 2. Okay. So just know that the direct deposit and your order payment account, which your order payment account is what, let's say you have a catalog show and a few people write you a check. Okay. You basically deposit that into your bank account. Then when you close the show, it just takes it out of your order payment account, which is your bank account. So, and it doesn't always come out right away. It usually takes 4 or 5 business days to come out of there. So then you can, when it says, it's coming out of your order payment account, you basically are putting the checks in and then it's taking the money out of there. Now I have a separate account for my order payment account other than my family's bank account. I mean, you have 60 days to set up your order payment account, so you can kind of decide if you want to do a separate bank account or not.
Yeah, that would be better.
Right.
So I don't want to put something in there and then, it's gone.
Exactly. And that's why I switched, because I wanted my direct deposit to go into our joint account. So you can set up 2 separate. So my direct deposit, it goes into our joint account. That's fine. But what comes out, I set up my own bank account, because that's the thing. When you have 8 parties you're trying to submit, I was like, did that party come out yet? Did this bill come out yet? It was way too hard for me to juggle what was coming in and out with my, with our regular bank account. So, and it can just be a simple checking account. It doesn't have to be a business account or anything. And so it's just a simple thing. And then you can give Pampered Chef the number to that account, and that's just what will come out every month. So, so every time you do a show. So that's a little bit about that. So for bookings, okay, because the biggest thing, as you're now starting Pampered Chef is getting bookings on your calendar, okay? So that's going to be the biggest thing that you're going to want to shoot for. So between now and that 19th date, okay, so today, today's the 17th, okay? So basically in the next, several weeks here, you're going to have the time to reach that 1250 in your 30 days. Okay, so in order to do that, I really encourage my new consultants to get at least 6 parties on their books. Okay, this can be catalog, this can be virtual, this can be a show that you do yourself. Have your friends over, do a wine, cheese, and chocolate tasting, do a Mexican margarita where you do some fajitas and you do a pitcher of margaritas. Something fun. They look through the catalog, you talk about some of the products. I have a whole cooking show outline of exactly what to do step by step. It's a video of me doing cooking shows, so you really can get an idea of what to do with your cooking shows, if you do book some cooking shows. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to make a list. And if you want to write this down, this is going to be called your Frank's list.
My Frank's list?
Frank's list, like the hot dog. FRANKS. And so you're going to write it like an acronym, okay? Because each letter is going to stand for something.
Okay.
Callie Ray. My son is sleeping, and I just heard a loud bang come from her room.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so F is going to be friends. Okay, so I want you, and you don't have to write all this down right now, but after we get off this call, if you wanted to you work on your Frank's list, that would be great. So friends, I want you to come up with 3 friends that you think may be interested in having a party for you.
I have one already wanting to do a Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so write that name down, and I want you to come up with a couple more. Okay?
Okay.
Ours going to be relatives. Do you have family that lives close to you at all?
Not really.
Okay, so so that's where your virtual or catalog is going to come into play, because you can do, Facebook parties and stuff with relatives that don't live around here, which is nice. Okay, so I want you to come up with 3 relatives that you think may have a party for you.
Okay.
Okay. A is associates. Now I know that you're not currently working, but maybe this is some people that you used to work with. Christy put on there, your mom really enjoyed your virtual party. I bet she would have one for you.
She just did that for me.
Well, she may just have a party for you too.
She might. I don't know how many friends she has, on Facebook, because she tries to limit who's on her Facebook.
Yeah.
I think she has like 36.
Well, it's always a possibility. Okay, so associates, people that you work with or used to work with.
Okay.
N is neighbors. Okay, now I don't know how well you know your neighbors or how close they live to you at all.
I live on a mountain.
You live on a mountain?
Yeah. I know the neighbors.
You know the neighbors? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good, because that's where, when I held my first show, I invited some of my neighbors to them. I just said, come over to my house, we're going to have fun hanging out, going to make whatever. And then I remember 2 of my neighbors came to my first party. And when one of them ended up booking a show for me, and I didn't know her. I mean, I was starting to know her because we had just moved into this area.
Right.
So she ended up having a party for me. And I remember there was 9 people there. And out of those 9, 5 of them booked shows for me. 5 of them.
Wow.
So out of that one party, I don't know if you saw my post this morning where you're one party away from changing your business. That one party literally set the groundwork for my whole entire Pampered Chef business. Okay. So you never know when you can just invite your neighbors, some of your friends and stuff. And then you don't know where that, could go from there. Okay.
Right.
So neighbors. Okay. So think through your neighbors about maybe who would want to have a Pampered Chef party, or maybe it's you having a party and inviting your neighbors. And then maybe when they see how much fun they can have, maybe they'll do their own. Okay. K is kids, which I know your daughter, you said she already had a party.
Yeah.
Okay. But maybe at some point, maybe she'll have another one, or maybe through grandkids, maybe when you are out and about with them, doctor's appointments, teachers, people at the school, people that you run into because of kids is basically kind of who you're thinking through on that one. Okay. Then you're going to have your spouse. Okay. So maybe some of the guys, I don't know if he works with anyone, or maybe has some friends that like to cook. Maybe the men actually like to cook, because you would not believe the amount of guys that are actually the cooks in their house. Okay. So maybe.
No, I wouldn't, because mine does not.
Yours does not.
No.
I do, out of all the parties that I do, I always have people that leave there and say, well, I'm going to take this catalog home to my husband because he's the cook in our house. Okay. So I'm primarily the cook in my house too. So in our house, I primarily cook. My husband helps me, but I'm primarily, the one that cooks. He grills. He likes to grill. But for a lot of women, they're like, I don't cook. My husband does. So just have him think, okay, well, and we also have, grilling tools too, so, Christy said mine's not allowed in the kitchen.
Well, that's pretty much what I tell mine now too, because he tries to get in there while I'm cooking, then he gets in my way, and then I forget what I'm doing.
You're like, just stay out of the kitchen.
I loved wearing that apron last night because I've been telling him I need aprons. I'm ruining my clothes.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, and I had it on. I was like, God, this is great.
Perfect. Well, there you go. Awesome. Well, you're going to love using all those products then also if you like to cook and stuff. So that'll be great. So think through as you're making this list, okay, and maybe you don't have as many in one category. Maybe you double up more in another. But your goal is kind of 18 names, okay? And the reason we do 18 is because if you reach out and talk with each of these people, typically a third of them will say, I'll have a party for you. Okay. So you have to be ready for the fact that 2/3 may not have a party for you. Okay. And just understand that's just kind of the nature of the business. And that may not be that they're saying no to you personally. They may be saying no to, I'm vacuuming. I don't want to vacuum my house, or we're going on vacation, or, whatever it is. That doesn't mean necessarily that they're saying no to you. So just try to keep that in mind as you're reaching out to people.
Well, I also get donations for the school. They have a carnival every year. So my motto is, what's the worst they can say? No.
Right. That's exactly it. Well, if you already have that mindset, you're going to be great. Because a lot of people are scared. I always say go for the no. Because if you're asking people, eventually you're going to find some that say yes. But if you're scared to ask because they may say no, then that's not going to get you as far. So what's that? Okay, that's fine. So go for the no. And if you reach out, to these people, then you're going to hopefully have your 6 bookings that we want to get on your calendar. Okay. So what I'm going to have Christy do is I'm going to give you a couple days to work on these lists and send you a couple of these videos, links and stuff. So you're not necessarily feel like you're going all over, our website trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, because that's how I've been feeling. It's like, wow, I'm so overwhelmed.
Okay. The biggest thing on that website, what I want you to start out with is just the PC University. Okay. On the right-hand side, if you click on the home page, see that orange box on the right-hand side there? That's PC University. That's the only place I want you to be right now. Okay. Once, the first thing that I want you to do on there is the bookings course. Okay. So do the bookings course on there. But the thing about that website, and I've talked with home office about it too, is that you start looking at this stuff and you click on this link and it takes you somewhere else. Hit the back button once you're done there and go back to where you were. So you don't just keep going all over. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Matter of fact, I started watching videos in this earlier.
Yep. So stay on there and watch some of the stuff on there. That's going to be your best bet. We'll send you a couple links, and that's going to help you kind of, figure out where you want to go. Now, with Christy, what she can do, or I can do if she's comfortable with it, is we can help you. If you have, a couple people that want to do virtual parties, we can help you run your first couple too. Now, you'll still be the consultant, but she can set it up and help you, do the actual posts, and you're going to be the consultant that's actually interacting. So they'll see her posts, but you're going to be the one that's, here's the answer to the game, here's, you're going to be liking, you're going to be, talking to the, it's going to be your party, but basically she's just posting for you. So that way you can do an introduction kind of post and, say, you're going to see Christy's name, but I'm actually the consultant, so that way if anyone wants bookings, they're not reaching out to Christy, they're reaching out to you. But, she can help. She says, I'm fine with that, or sharing the template you guys share with me. So it's, and we can do that too. It's easy to share the template. She can kind of walk through how to do that post my party stuff too.
That would be great, because this one girl, she's just waiting. I told her I'm doing my training
and trying to get it figured out. Well, that's the thing is, and I know Christy can tell you this, typically on these parties, and I don't know if Christy runs them this way for sure or not, but I start my pre-posts on a Thursday. And then the actual party starts on a Tuesday. Is that how you do yours, Christy? That's what I do also. Okay. So The pre-post, basically why you do the pre-post is you're just basically getting people to click that they're going, so during that Thursday time, to Monday, the pre-post time, basically that's the time to get the host to message people, get their list up to 30 people that are actually coming to the party. Okay. Gives you time to kind of talk to the host and reach out to them and say, okay, hey, and if you can, when you're starting this one, if you can find 2 more hosts at the same time, it's actually easier to run more than one party at once because they're all seeing the same exact thing. And then you can just go in and kind of help in the parties. And that they're all, instead of starting one here and then starting one the next week, and you're trying to keep up with, okay, what day are they on and what day are they on? They're all doing the exact same thing. And, it's just much easier because you're going to have parties that are successful and you may have parties that are not as successful. Okay.
Like mine was.
Was yours successful or not successful?
And it wasn't too successful, but I kind of figured that was going to happen because I booked a party through this girl that's my daughter's friend. Well, I didn't know my daughter booked the party. So hers went, and then it was like, great, all these people have went to hers, and then mine went. So it was like, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know she had booked a party.
Right. And that's fine. And that sometimes happens. You wouldn't believe how many directors on our team actually had unsuccessful parties, and now they're directors, so just because maybe your party didn't turn out what you want doesn't mean that they're all that way. But that's why we run multiple ones at once, because you're going to have those that you're like, wow, this one's amazing. You're like, oh, that one's okay. And one didn't qualify. But if you just have one party that you're kind of shooting to make those sales on,
right?
You're kind of up in the air. Is it going to do well? Is it not? Now we can do the host coaching and we can encourage our hosts. And if you have an active host who does a great job, then a lot of times it will be successful. But sometimes you have those hosts that don't do what you ask them to. They're not that involved in their parties and they may not be as successful. So that's why I like to run at least 3 at once, so when you're talking about this one, okay. Christy says she starts having them invite guests before the pre-party starts on the Thursday. So try to see if you can come up with 2 more and start them all in the same time. Now, if you can get them where they can start next Thursday, so it kind of gives you a week here. That means the pre-post would start on the 25th. The actual party would start on the 31st. So that way it would be after Memorial Day weekend, that gives them time to get the people invited at least. And then the actual party will start once people are back, from the Memorial Day weekend, which would be kind of a good time to start them. So see if you can get a couple more that can start along with that. And Christy can show you how to get that set up. And once you do your first set of virtual parties, it really makes much more sense. Would you've kind of seen how they run and stuff. You kind of have seen that side of it. So she can kind of show you the back side of how that works.
That's where it's like, where is that? I'm not seeing this.
Yeah, that's not going to be, there is a little bit on there, but a lot of that will come from us helping you with stuff. Okay. So I don't know that Christy will be able to help you walk through some of that stuff because she's done some of the virtuals now. So work on your Frank's list the next couple days, and I'm going to have Christy reach back out to you in a couple days and find out, okay, where are you at with your bookings? Now, keep in mind this, when you're reaching out to people, just with your wording, because some people will be like, oh, I started Pampered Chef and I'm really trying to get some bookings on my calendar. What do you think about having a party for me? I'm just really trying to get going and stuff. And then they're like, course she wants me to have a party for her, and so if you kind of change the way that you're talking though, and you say, hey, I just started Pampered Chef and you're actually one of the first people that I thought about. I know you like to cook, I see your food posts that you post all the time, and so I thought about you because I thought, man, she really could earn some extra free product just by having one of these virtual parties. What do you think about us getting you set one up next week or something. So that way, when you say the words, I thought about you, because they're like, oh, she thought about me, you know, instead of, oh, she wants me to do this for her. You know, so a lot of it is wording as well.
Well, how I got this girl to do it in the first place is she was participating kind of in my party, but she never purchased.
Uh-huh.
So I messaged her and I said, I'm thinking about trying to be a consultant for Pampered Chef. If I do this, will you have a party? And then she said yes. So, you know, we've been messaging back and forth. So I'm thinking in my mind really right now that I can probably get a couple more people.
You could. You can reach out and say, hey, I just decided to sign up to do this. I wondered, you know, if you'd be one of my first
You're right.
people that did the show, you know, would do a show. And so, but reach out. That's why we make a list of 18 people. So you're kind of work there. And it just helps you brainstorm. I remember when I first started, when I first started, they wanted me to make a list of 100 people. I was like, what? I was like, 100 people, you know, it just kind of boggled my mind to try to think through all these different people. But when you think about 18 seems more doable. Like, okay, I think I can try to think about, that many people. And so really try in the next couple of days to get an actual date on your calendar for a starting date, you know, whether it is your own that you want to do and you want to set up. Look at the date. Okay, I think I could possibly hold my own party on this day. Or when you're reaching out to people and they're interested in doing a cooking show, try to nail down a date with them. Because if you say to them, hey, I want to know if you'll do a party for me, just, you know, and they're like, yeah, I could do that. Well, look at your calendar and let me know when the best time is. Waiting, and they reach out to you. Okay,
I want an answer.
You know what I mean? So what you can do is you can say, you know, if they say, yeah, I'll have a party for you, and you just automatically say, do weekdays or weekends work best for you? Wait for their answer. Okay, if they say weekend, okay, the first weekend that I have available is this or this. Does Saturday or Sunday work best for you? You know, so you're automatically setting a date and figuring out a time. Because the biggest holdup I think that new consultants have is they are trying to figure out, okay, I'm waiting on them to give me a date. They just haven't given me a date yet. And then they're still waiting on for them to give a date and they haven't gotten a date back yet. No. So if you're, you know, pinpointing this or this, okay, this or this, then it automatically says, okay, that one works best for me, instead of just waiting on them to look at their large calendar and all the events and stuff that they have going on. So
that is kind of like when, getting donations. You know, I've did it for 6 years now straight. And, if I go in and someone says, come back later, I may just jot them down, but I may not, because I've been doing it for so long that, you know, I either get it or I don't.
Right.
I just move on.
Right. Exactly. So think through catalog shows, virtual parties, cooking shows, fundraisers. Okay, think through these different types and think about, because some people, maybe they have a lot of money and a show for them getting free and stuff is not necessarily their thing. But if they could give in some sort of fundraiser, maybe that would be more what they would be interested in. You know, so you never know.
Right.
You know what different people would like to do. So make your list. Start working on that. I want you to do the bookings course on the PC University. And then I want Christy to reach out to you in just a couple days and say, okay, where are we at? And in those couple days, I want you to try to pinpoint some actual dates and stuff on your calendar, because we really want to get some stuff going. So by your June 30-day mark, we have your 1250 and sales going.
Okay, I wrote this down. I should start my parties on the 25th, right?
Correct.
Oh, wait a minute. Start party on the 31st.
No, yeah. So your pre-posts are going to start. So the pre-posts, just getting them ready, are going to start the 25th and run through the 29th. The actual party will start on the 30th, and it's going to run up until the 6th.
June the 6th. Okay.
That's what the post will run. And then there's a couple posts, that will finish it up. And so I think the actual last posts are like the 7th or 8th, just kind of wrapping up the party and giving, if someone for some reason didn't get their order in, that it's still going to give them a couple days. So what you're going to want to do when you set up the event on Facebook is you're going to set it up on the 25th through the 8th, because it only lets you set them up for 2 weeks. And so set it up the 25th through the 8th is the actual date that you'll set it up on Facebook. And that includes your pre-posts, plus the actual party, wrapping it up, all that stuff. So do you have any questions for me right now?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know what you've told me to do, and I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start doing that. I have this, I don't know. It says Hi Megan account. Sign out.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to fill this all out right now?
What is it?
I don't know if you can see this computer behind. I don't know if you can
see the computer, but I can't see exactly what you're clicking on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on I've signed in.
Uh-huh.
So I have an account.
Uh-huh.
And it says pamperedchef.com. And I hit the drop box with my name. View personal website, manage personal website, manage email newsletter. Need to be doing anything in here?
So you have your eBiz tool set up, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So if your eBiz is set up, that's basically managing your newsletter. You can add in a picture if you want, a background color if you want. So you can change some of those things. So when they go to your website, that some of that has changed.
Okay.
So you can work on that a little bit. Where it says here, I'll go, what I'll do is I'll show you on my computer. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you into a couple things here so you can see it. Okay, so when we go, I'm just going to log back into Pampered Chef. So pamperedchef.com takes you to the login page. If it ever just has your name here and you already are logged in, just click on where it says Consultants Corner.
Okay, because I haven't been seeing that.
Okay, if it doesn't say Consultants Corner, just click on Sign In. Okay, and then you're going to put in your consultant number or email address and then your password. Then it's going to take you to this page right here. Now, you're going to see all of these drop boxes. Here's PC University that you're going to be working out of. Okay, so my shows and orders. This is where you're going to set up your party. Okay, so let's say you have this virtual party that you're going to set up. Okay, you're going to click on New Show. It's going to give you the option of cooking, fundraiser, wedding, or catalog. If it's a virtual party, you're going to click catalog, and then you can click that little virtual party box. Okay, then you can put your start date's going to be the 25th, and then it automatically sets it for 2 weeks later. If you don't want it to be 2 weeks later, you can change it. Okay, you can change the date on there, what you want it to be. And you can change the wording, come see the new products. On here, you're going to click virtual party. Then this is basically just their name, their email, their phone number, their address, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Once you click down here, create show, it's going to, submit it, and then it can say go back to my shows and orders. So you can go back to my shows and orders. Here is all the shows. here's my shows that you'll see your show set up here now. And it'll say like number 1 instead of 601, yours is going to say number 1. Okay. And then it'll say virtual, or it'll say catalog, and then this show when it's supposed to start. Now, if you click on one of these underlined parts after your show is set up, so I'm just going to click on 601 here. On the top here, it says show page. So here's your show info. This is just going to be all the stuff that you just submitted. See how it has their name, address, all that kind of stuff. Right. If you click on show page, which is the next tab over, then if you scroll down to the bottom, see where it says show URL? I just put in my host's first name and last name and confirm it. This is going to be the link to their personal party. Okay, so when you are setting up their show, you are going to need that link to let people order from their show. So if people click on this link, then it'll take them directly to this person's party and they can place their order.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you're going to, and then see how it says back to my shows?
Yeah.
Back to my shows, and it's take you right back to this page. Okay, so always the underlined part here is how you get into that show page info. Now, how you enter orders is the shopping cart. Okay, so clicking in the shopping cart here, you can add your guest, put in their information, and then over here in this box here, you can just type in the item numbers, put a space in between, okay, and then click the orange button, and it'll pop them up right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then when you're ready to do your payment, you just scroll down to the bottom, click in, you know, that they want to pay with a credit card or whatever, and then you can enter their payment information.
Okay.
Okay, so that's kind of, if they have a check mark like these do, that means their payment information's in and everything is correct. To close the show, you click on Review Summary and Finalize Show. Okay, and see, you're going to see all the people's, I agree to the conditions, submit show.
Okay.
So that's not going to be for just a little bit, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you how that kind of works while I'm in here.
Okay.
Now, the second tab over here, the promotions and recognition, this is where you're going to find the host specials and the guest specials for the month. So if I click on the month of May over here, then you can see the host special flyer. So when I'm mailing a packet, I put in the host special so they know what 60% off item they can get this month. Okay, so they're going to have their 60% off item that the hosts get. So I put in a copy of the host special, and I also put in a copy of the guest special, because on the guest special, this is what guests can get if they spend $75. They can pick one of these items for free. Okay, so they need to know the guest special and the host special. So you can print off both of these flyers and stick it in with some catalogs for them.
Okay, that's something. Somehow I deleted my printer off my computer yesterday, so I've been dealing with that.
Now, if you want to send them an outside order form, you can click on, there are very few that most tax shipping and handling. Oklahoma, where do you live at again? You said mountains.
Yeah, I live on Beaver Lake out here in by Garfield, Arkansas.
Okay. I want to say Arkansas doesn't have shipping and handling tax either. But you can print out, you know, one of these order forms, or you can put in one of the order forms that comes in your kit, and they can make copies of that if they need an order form.
Okay.
Because you should have got a pack of order forms. Now, if you're wanting to know what the host and guest specials are for months in the future, then, you know, you can click on June here. If they don't want to do it in May, you know, they said June's going to work better for me. Then you click on June, and in June, it's any one item at 60% off in the catalog. That can be,
okay.
Yeah, so that can be any set. And that's another thing that you can talk with these people about, because you can say, hey, listen, you can get any one item in the catalog at 60% off. That's an amazing deal. you know, so, and that can be like cookware sets, that can be the knife block, that can be anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's it's a really good special for June. And then July is going to be double free month, which is also a really good special. Now, you don't want to talk about July being double free until you have your June booked where you want it. We'll skip right over June and they will go right into July.
Yeah.
Okay, so so you can see here, their party does have to be at $650 to get the double free, which is very doable. And I tell people, you can get $650. I have them happen all the time. So when they get to $650, instead of the $115 in free, they're going to get $230 in free. And then you can see it just goes up from there.
Right.
Plus, not only that, but they're also going to be able to choose one of the Rock Crocs at 60% off. So July is like a rocking month for sure.
Oh, wow.
So not only can they get the double free, but they also are going to have their choice of a Rock Croc at 60% off if they want. Which is a really good deal. So definitely a good deal. So, but like I said, until your May and June are where you want it, don't ever bring up July. Unless they, for some reason, just say, you know what, it looks like July is going to be the best month for me. Then you can talk to them about double free. But I don't ever mention double free.
Yeah, because then everybody's going to want to party then.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So you got to be careful with that. Now, Business Center is where you set up your financial information as far as the order payment account and direct deposit. That's going to be under your Business Center tab.
Okay.
Okay. So to make an order, let's say you're wanting to buy some giveaways or something. If you see this little number 3 up here, click on it. If you click on consultant, it's going to allow you, it'll pick up shop now. So here, this is where you can get your sample products. Sample products are, this is all the new products at 50% off for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you're like, ooh, I really liked, you know, that little Rock Croc small grill stone. Well, it's $20 in here. You can get one of them. So you get one of the new products, all the new products, one of them, and you get it at 50% off. So these are all the 50% off prices for the new products. Okay?
Okay.
So there's that. Now, so if you just want to look at the new stuff, there's the new, here's the outlet stuff. Which you can't place an outlet order unless you're logged off. We had that problem yesterday. A lot of people trying to figure out that. If you're logged into this account, it's not going to let you purchase them from the outlet, okay? So be sure that you're just logged off and go into your website and click on outlet if someone's wanting an outlet order. But yeah, so this is how, now, if you want to get supplies, okay, new catalogs, stuff like that, that's going to be under supply. So there's your catalogs. You know, here's going to be small giveaway type stuff. It's all going to be in here. More receipts, Twix-a-Click giveaways, you know, whatever it is that you're wanting, that's going to be under supply.
Okay, where was that again?
If you go to, okay, this is back on the home page.
Okay.
Up at the very top where it says consultant cart.
Yeah, I already have one in here.
Okay. Just click on consultant.
I was probably trying to make a wish list.
You could have been. Yeah. So just click on consultant cart, click shop here now, and then it's going to pull up all the different choices.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think that's what that is. My wish list.
It very well could be.
It is. Well, at least I know what I did, you know, what I did wrong there.
So, is there anything else that you have questions about?
Let me look, because I was writing some down. Okay, that already got answered, that one. Actually, so far, the questions that I had wrote down have been answered.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'll click back on, stop share here. Okay, so you're back on here. So as you are going through stuff, you can let Christy know any questions that you may have. You can always shoot me a message or a text too. But like I said, I'm going to have her contact you in a couple of days just to kind of see, okay, what have we gotten on our calendar so far. And trying to find a couple parties to start with your friends to start next Thursday. And then be working on a few other ones, whether that be your own, you know, at your house or neighbors or whatever you want to get going. Then you can kind of start working on some of that stuff. And just let us know what questions you run into as you are looking through stuff, and know that you're probably going to have lots of questions. So, and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
It will. I mean, once you get past some of these first, couple months looking through the stuff, then it'll all start to make sense, So just with anything, when you're starting it, and I remember, and I didn't have anyone helping me, or our website has changed a ton in the last 5 years. I got on our website and I was like, holy cow, I have no idea where to even start. I have no idea what to do. So it was crazy. So it actually has improved a lot over the last 5 years as far as how easy it is. Christy, do you have anything else that you want to say at all? Okay, she says you can call me anytime, and if I don't know the answer, I will help find it. So okay. I know she'll be good at that too. So just reach out to us. Our Facebook page is a great place to ask questions too. Just post it on there, and in a matter of 5 minutes, you'll probably get someone that's going to answer you. So that's a good place to start too. Christy, are you on? Yes, you can add her to the virtual party pages. But also, Christy, are you part of the new consultant page? Yes. Okay. She's going to add you to a Facebook page that's just for new consultants. And you can even just kind of scroll down to the bottom, and that just has just different videos, like say about taxes or other questions, and you can kind of just start going through some of those. That will help answer a lot of your questions. And then I'm going to have Christy send you 2 separate documents. One with the welcome video. Stop. Okay, good. And the one with the welcome video and stuff, that's where I want you to start. And then you can kind of watch through some of the cooking show stuff once you have one on your calendar and you're ready to do one. So that'll kind of give you a place to start.
So now you get $10.99 at the end of the year? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, yep. I'm very familiar with that all.
Yeah, yes, you do. And I mean, the write-offs, and watch that video on there for what all you can write off with Pampered Chef, because it is a huge amount of write-offs. And that way you kind of know what to keep as far as receipt-wise, starting now. Because your kit is a write-off. You make meals for your family and their Pampered Chef recipes. That's a write-off. So there's lots of different things that you can write off. Yeah. So be sure to watch that so you kind of know how to keep track of some of that stuff from the beginning.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I do that with his concrete, so I already know that. But, yeah, I would have never thought meals. Now that's a plus.
That is a plus. So if you're like, hey, well, let's look through and see what Pampered Chef recipe we'd like to make tonight, So because if you make any of those at your shows or anything, you're going to have to know how to cook them. So might as well use your family as a practice and get it written off.
Yeah, because I sure wouldn't want to practice something new at a party.
Right, exactly. And so that's where you can get a lot of different write-offs. So just be sure to watch that video and kind of go through some of that stuff so you know kind of where to start at.
Okay.
All right.
I do have, I was watching some videos on YouTube too. There's somebody using Post My Party. Have you heard of that?
Yes, that's what we're going to teach you how to use. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Post My Party is what it does is it is a way for you to post stuff to your party, so you're not just posting all day long. You set it up, and that's where she was saying we have an outline. You just copy and paste it into Post My Party. You figure out the date you want to start it, and then it just shoots it out for you. And so you aren't the actual one that is having to post all day long. This program will post for you. Then you just have to keep track of the comments and stuff like that. And you get it free for 30 days, so you can kind of try it and see. So once you are ready to start actually putting your posts in, I would wait till you're actually ready, because you want to get the most that you can out of your 30-day trial. So do that. And Christy, I was going to ask you, do you have all three? Do you have the host coaching outline, the May party outline, and the pre-post outline? Yes, I think so. Okay. Let me know if for some reason you're missing one of those, because the pre-party is what we start that Thursday through the Monday, Okay, so she has that, and you have the May outline, right, Christy, the one that starts on Tuesday? Okay, and then do you have the host one that you group the hosts together? Okay, that's the one she's using now. And then you're going to have that. No, she does not have that one. Okay, so Christy, with the host one, what you do is you're going to take your hosts. So let's say you get 3 hosts that start next Thursday, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take those hosts and you're actually going to put them in a group together. So not an event, because you're going to use events for your parties, but you're actually going to use a group, kind of like our team page is a group. So you're going to set up this new group, and you can just name it May Shows, and then you can change the name to June Shows once it's June or whatever. So you can just title it May Shows. They're going to add all 3 hosts to that group. Then what the party, the outline will do is, starting on that Thursday, it will have posts for your host to do. And what I mean by that, let's say, because in events, every time your host posts something, everyone can see that, even if they didn't click that they were going to this event. When you post something, the only way that they will see it is if they click going. Okay? So if your post is posting one thing each day, then that's going to help people on her page that didn't click going see the stuff, and she's going to have more interaction and more orders. So what this group does is Post My Party, and I already have it all set up in there. Post My Party gives them one thing to do a day, one task. It'll say, go into your party, copy this, and post it. So that way it keeps them active in their party and also gives them something, a task to do every day. Okay? And so with that, it just makes it, and that way, if they're all in the same group together, you're not having to tell each host what to do every day. It's just going right to that group. It does it for you, and then they can see, okay, here's my task to do today. Okay? So that's why you put them in a group together, because that way, like I said, you're not having to message each host and say, oh, will you post this in your party today? Be sure to do this today. It's already going in there for you, and you have a group set up for them so they all can see it at the same time. That's why I like to run at least 3 at once. So, because you kind of use it as a competition for your hosts. And I always try to have at least 1 phone call with my hosts. Okay? Because you have this phone call and you say, hey, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to add you to this group, and there's going to be a couple other hosts in there too. So basically, if you follow, what I tell you to do each day, you're going to get different points. So I think they get 25 points if they're the first person to get an order on their party. They get 25 points if they're the first person to get 30 people to their party. You know, there's a little chart that tells them that what they can get the points for. And so tell them, basically, you're kind of competing with these other hosts, and I'm going to give a prize to you guys at the end of the party to the host that has the most points. Okay? But you need to let them know why they're being added to this group, what they're supposed to be, you know, doing in this group, you know. And so that's why I have at least one phone call with each of my hosts, so I can explain to them, you know, that I need them interacting. I need them doing the daily task that I ask them to do each day, you know, and that's really going to help their party. Okay, so one phone call with your host, just explaining kind of this group that you're going to add them to, and asking them, you know, to do things in the party. Okay, and Christy, I can send that. If you can post your email on here, I can email. No, you're not. I know. Then I can email you that outline, the host outline that goes to the host post. Oh, that's right. I forgot yours has the weird capital stuff. Cut and paste if you can. Okay, it's not linked to Post and Party yet. Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right, I think I got it. All right, so Christy, I will send that to you. Does all that make sense about the host coaching post one? So you just are going to set up a group, okay, add your host to it, and this particular outline will go to that host group. So basically, you're always going to be dealing with 3 outlines: pre-party, regular party, host outline. Okay, one goes to the actual parties, one goes to this host group. Okay. So, and that will be the one thing that you'll have to just set up every time that you're having a party. Because when you go into Post My Party, it'll say, okay, which party are you wanting to send this to? You click the party. Which outline are you wanting to set it to? What day are you wanting to start it? You know, so you'll just be working with these 3 outlines with each of your parties. Okay. And Christy, I know, can walk you through some of that too.
Okay.
On how to do that. So this week, for the next couple of days, I wouldn't worry about the Post My Party stuff yet. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about any of that. For the next couple of days, your goal is going to be working on bookings, getting them on your calendar, going through that bookings course on PC University. Okay. That's your goal for the next couple of days. Okay. Then you can slowly start to work through some of this other stuff. But until we have the bookings on your calendar, none of this other stuff matters, honestly. Okay. Okay. So she can start walking you through the virtual stuff once you have the actual parties on your calendar. Yeah, I'm ready to start them on this day. Okay. So that's kind of your goal and what you're going to be doing now. So, and I'm going to get Christy the 2 links, those 2 video links, one the cooking show and then one that just kind of welcome post. I'll get her both of those and she can share those with you. And then I think that's it.
Do you have my email, Christy?
She should.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yes, she said yes, I believe so. She should have gotten it when it says, well, she should have it. If not, you can always message or text it to her. So
yeah.
It's in there from your past party. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was going to say she should have it. All righty. Okay. Well, let us know what other questions you have, and I will get her these few things for you. And
I feel so much better right now. I was so nervous there at first. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I feel better. Better.
You are feeling what every new consultant feels. I promise you that.
Well,
even me. I remember I
Well, it
remember.
happens when people start a new job, period.
It is.
So,
It is.
yeah.
It's nervous, the unknown, and you don't know what you're doing. And I'm one of those people that wants to jump in and get stuff going. And I was like, I don't even know where to
Yep.
start. I don't know what I'm doing. So,
Yep.
yeah, she said I was,
I was like, oh, I think I can do this.
I know you can. I know you can. So just work on, but like I said, don't worry about stuff on the website right now. I mean, you can look at those few things I just showed you, but don't worry about, stick with PC University, stick with that new consultant page and start there. Just kind of working through some of that stuff. That'll explain a lot to you. And then, as you kind of get familiar with stuff, then you can kind of go in and play around. But I will tell you, if you just try to go on the website and try to figure stuff out,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's too much stuff. Yep. So just stay focused on what the task at hand. So get through the next couple of days, get the bookings, and then we'll go from there on what kind of the next steps are. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
In my mind, I'm thinking right now who I'm hitting up.
Yep. That's what we want, girl. That's what we want. All right. So appreciate you being on the call.
Thank you so much.
We'll get you going here.
Okay. Thank you very much. Nice
You're
to meet
welcome.
you.
Thank you. And bye, Christy. Thanks for being on here.
Bye, Christy.
All right. Sounds good, Christy. Bye.